Hello. Dentist. All right, love, take a seat and I'll let them
you.
know you're here.
Thank you.
Do you want to go for it?
Thank you.
This is Claire.
Hello Claire,
Hello.
nice to see you. I'm David, I'm the dentist, and you've already met Sandra, haven't you?
Yeah.
Hello, Janet.
Sandra
Hi.
is my nurse and she helps me as I look after your teeth, that sort of thing. So do have a seat. So Claire, how do you feel about having dental treatment, having somebody look in your mouth and so on?
I've got faith in the dentist because I'm not so scared when I have a person look at my teeth. At least I know that I have to have it checked every 6 months to make sure that everything's okay.
So Claire, what brings you to see me today?
I had spot bother with my tooth.
Really? Has that been going on for a long time?
Yeah,
How long would you say? A few days or a week or a month or
a
ages?
few days.
Few days, okay. And when does it hurt you? Is it there all the time or just sometimes?
Sometimes, not all the time. It's when I eat it hurts.
Hurts when you eat, okay. Does it ever wake you up in the night?
Sometimes, not very often.
Okay. Right, any other problems going on with your teeth or in your mouth?
No,
No? Okay. And when was the last time you went to a dentist?
was July.
Right. How do you feel about being at the dentist and having your teeth looked at and that sort of thing?
Nervous and scared.
You feel a bit nervous and scared, yeah? Anything particular you're worried about?
The tools and the injections. That's what I get scared about, is the needles.
I see. Well, today I'm planning just to have a look at your teeth and see what's going wrong with your tooth down there. Well, what I'm going to do now is just look at your teeth, have a look, and we'll see if we can work out what's wrong with the one that's giving you trouble, and then we'll talk about what needs to be done. Okay? So if you'd like to take your coat off, if you'd be more comfortable like that, and move to the big chair there, then I'll have a look at your teeth.
Claire, I'm just going to put the apron on. Yeah? Not too tight, is it?
No,
Okay. Okay.
Right, Claire, I've just washed my hands. I'm going to put some gloves on, and then I'm going to lie the chair down, all right, so that I can see in your mouth really well. So, I'll grab the gloves. If you just let the chair lie itself down, you go down with it, and it should end up in a comfortable position. Here we go. Up it goes.
That's right. Very well. Well done.
So how's that?
alright, thank you.
I'll just get my instruments here. I'm going to use a mirror to look at your teeth. Here it is. Can you see yourself in there? There's a mirror. And I'm going to use that to have a look at your teeth. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell Sandra what teeth you've got, and she'll write them all down for us, so that we've got a record of what teeth you have. Got some nice teeth there, Claire. So, Sandra, upper right, there's no 8, 7 is present, there's no 6, 5, 4, 3, there's no 2, the 1 is present, upper left 1, there's no 2, 3 is present, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's no 8. Claire, I'm going to use my puffer so I can see some of your teeth a bit better. It's just a little thing that puffs out a puff of air. Here it is, like this. There. I'm going to show you on your arm so you can see what it's like. There we are. Puff, puff, puff. Just show you on your arm. Whoops. Just show you on your arm so you can see what it feels
Yeah,
like.
I can feel it.
Okay. A bit tickly, isn't it? I'm just going to do that on some of your teeth in your mouth. Here we go. Puff, puff, puff. So the upper left 7 has a full gold crown. let's look at the lower teeth. Here we go. Lower left. There's no 8. 7's present. Has an existing occlusal. So Janet, I've had a look at all your teeth. I'm just going to check the gums and your cheeks and everything, make sure that they're okay. And now let's have a look at the area you've been complaining about. Now I think I can see the tooth that's giving you trouble. I think it's this one here. I'm going to just tap it gently with my mirror handle. You tell me if it feels a bit tender. Was that a bit tender? Yes. If we compare it to the one behind, this one feels a bit more tender, does it? Yeah? Okay, yes, I think that's the problem. So I'm going to sit you up now and we'll have a chat about what's the problem with that too. So up we come. So Claire, this tooth down here that's been giving you some trouble is going to need to have a little bit of work done on it. Now that means we need to make it go to sleep, and then I need to do some drilling in the tooth to get rid of the germs that have been causing the trouble for you. So when I make the tooth go to sleep, that involves putting a bit of cream first on your gum next to the tooth. Now that makes the gum go to sleep a little bit, and when the gum's asleep, I can then do a little injection next door to the tooth to make the tooth go to sleep. So Claire, I've put a mask on just because I'm going to be working in your mouth now, and I don't want to get splashes onto my face. So you remember what I said, we're going to put some cream on your gum down there so that it numbs up the gum a little bit first, and then the injection's not so scratchy as it would otherwise be. Okay, so here's the cream on my bit of cotton wool, and so I'm going to tuck the bit of cotton wool down underneath your lip next to that tooth. Here we are. I just want you to sit like that for a minute or two while that cream makes your gum go to sleep. Okay? You just relax and that will stay in the right place.
Oh.
You alright? Does it feel a bit numb?
Yeah.
Right. Bit of a bitter taste in your mouth here, Claire. So if you want to sit up and have a rinse out, let's sit you up. Here we go. Rinse with that green water and spit out in the little basin there.
Yeah. Okay. You're very well.
So remember I said it's quite a funny feeling and you have to be careful not to bite yourself while it's all asleep. And don't have anything too hot to eat or drink because you don't want to burn yourself while you can't feel it. Okay. Now while this is going to sleep here, Claire, I'm going to get my buzzy drill ready because we'll be needing to use this on your tooth to get rid of all the nasty germs and things which have made that hole in your tooth. So here we are. This is what I use. Let me show you. This is the drill. When I press the switch on the floor, this thing whizzes round and it makes a sort of tickly feeling. And you see a light comes on as well. It's a tickly feeling. When I do it on my finger, it feels a bit tickly. Can I show you on your finger so you can see what it's like? Here we are, a bit tickly.
Right, you're doing very well.
Now if you want me to stop, if it gets a bit sore or uncomfortable or anything like that, you just want me to stop. Lift a hand up and I'll stop straight away. Okay? So, here we go. A little bit of buzzing in your mouth and on your tooth. Don't worry about the noises. Feel a funny sort of noise. There we are. That was good. And a little bit more. Excellent. You're doing ever so well here, Claire. Well done. Okay, that's enough for now. Now I need to use my other drill, which goes a bit faster than that one. And while we use it, it squirts out water as well. Okay? It's a funny sort of noise. Let me show you what it sounds like. Let's get it ready. You hear that noise?
Yeah.
That's the noise that this drill makes. Now I can't show you this one on your finger because it goes too fast. But what we can do is when I use it in your mouth, I will just use it for, I'll count to 3 and then I'll stop. Okay, so you know when it's going to finish. If it gets a bit sore or uncomfortable, you want me to stop before the end of 3, lift a hand up and I'll stop again. But as I use this, because of the water that squirts out, we also use a little hoover in your mouth as well to hoover up the water so your mouth doesn't completely fill up.
Yeah, so let's listen to the noise because it's a bit noisy. Yeah, all that. Okay, but the
That's what that
at home,
feels.
isn't it?
No.
That's what that feels like in your mouth.
I'm going to pull your cheeks out.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and just take
Stop.
the water out.
There we are.
Okay, okay, well done. Is that okay?
Yeah, can I do another 3? Yeah? Okay, off we go again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That's good. Right, Claire, I'm just finishing off plugging that filling into your tooth. Here we go, press, press, press. Just feel me pushing and shoving in this filling. Now let's just smooth it off a bit. Very good. Beginning to look a bit like a tooth. Lovely. Now can you just bite together for me on your back teeth, just on your back teeth so I can see if it is interfering with your bite at all. Open again and just bite together at the back here. That's very good. Just tap up and down once or twice. That's it. How does it feel when you bite together?
It feels okay.
Feels okay, that's great. Let me just have a look, make sure there's no high spots on it. Now that looks lovely. Now, let's sit you up, you can have a rinse out again.
Well done.
Up we go, Claire, well done.
There we go.
Well done, Claire, I think you did very well there. How did you find it?
I was a little bit scared coming to meet YouTube because I've never ever met YouTube before, and I feel a lot better with myself now. I don't feel
That's
so
good.
scared coming to the dentist anymore.
Excellent, well I'm pleased about that. Okay, Claire, I'm glad you found it okay. And I'd like to see you again if I can to give your teeth a clean. Alright?
Yeah.
So if you can take this slip of paper to the receptionist and get her to give you another appointment at a time that's
Yeah.
convenient for you, that'd be great. Here we are.
Thank you.
That's all right. Very nice to see you, Claire.
And
Good to
you.
meet you. Do you need a hand with your coat here?
Thank you.
There we are.
Hello there. Do you want to
Hi.
make another appointment?
Yes, please.
What, 2 weeks' time?
Yes, please.
About the 12th of November?